If this was a science fair, I'd probably say it's gonna be like, maybe a C, actually. Hello and welcome to Studio 48 Signal Path. This is the show where we talk about equipment that we have hanging around in the studio, equipment that's brought in with friends, just things that I want to geek out on. Today, I'd like to talk about Evans products. I've got our old Pearl EXR kit here in front of me, and the drum heads that are on it. While they are still good, they still have some great sound to them. I want to go ahead and do the spring changeover where I put new heads on. Really, the kick drum needs it more than anything else. I think that front head is quite a few years old, and the batter head, I'm not actually sure how old that one is at all. Right now, we've got a pinstripe on the floor tom and rack tom, and the resonant head is just a simple ambassador single ply head. These work really, really well. I've used this kit for country, for metal, for rock. We've really used this kit for just about anything.
Nobody left to watch you down. The sweetest sorry stay here. Do shaking, you haven't played through yet. I'm selling!
And it just works, especially with the Remo heads. Remo makes good heads, but I'm converting everything in the studio over to D'Addario and Evans because I can. This is not a sponsored video. I appreciate what Evans and D'Addario do, but this is really just the money that we spent on the drum heads that we're using, and this is really just my chance to talk about it. This also probably won't be a perfect experiment. I'm going to play the drum set with the heads that are on it now, and then when the changeover happens, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to try to play the same thing. That way we can A and B them. Now, we're not comparing, Remo to Evans here necessarily because these Remo heads are well played. They have been broken in already. So really all I'm trying to do is just show you what, broken in heads sound like versus brand new, I just slapped them on. Thing to really help out with my experiment to keep me accurate and honest is going to be the Evans torque key. What this allows me to do is match the tension on each lug, making tuning a little bit easier, a bit more scientific, so I can have the same tuning. I'm actually going to make the rack and floor tom the exact same tension on every single lug, just like I have them right now. And I'm going to match that tension on the kick drum as well. So here we have the Evans GMAD head. This is simply an EMAD with a greater range of durability and a little bit different attack. I like attack on a kick drum, so I think this is going to be nice. Here we have the kick drum with no patch on it whatsoever. So this is just kick drum with a beater pedal, and it sounds just like this. So this is the AF patch, which was very difficult to get the plastic off of. And we are going to, there's the beater. All right, we just give that some love real quick. Okay, now this is what the kick drum sounds like with the AF patch. So again, a different video than what we normally do. There's a lot of pedal demos and amplifiers. Drums are just a little bit trickier for us to make a video about. I'm also not the craziest drummer in the world. Surprise. But what I wanted to showcase was how much more you can get out of your drum set with brand new heads. The heads I took off this kit were fine. There was really not a lot wrong with them other than they were on the edge of being no good. Right in the broken in stage is where they're at now, and I find that a studio drum set should just have fresh or lightly broken in heads on them at all times. And I think Evans makes a wonderful product. I've been using the G1 on snares for quite a few projects, and the EC2s have been on our Crystal Beat drum set for quite a long time now, and we tend to interchange parts of the drum set. So sometimes we may have the Crystal Beats rack tom with this kick drum from the EXR, or so on. So having all the drums, well, at least these two kits having similar heads, I think there's a little bit of benefit to that, so we can interchange them. And really the head itself is a lot of the tone. That's where most of our tone comes from. But there's a huge difference between an acrylic shell and a maple shell. So I had a lot of fun doing this. I love the look of new heads. I love just the way that these have changed this drum set. I've had ambassadors on this kit. I've had the pinstripes, and now with the EC2s, I really think they complement the sound of this kit, especially the low end. They hit so much harder with the low end compared to the other heads, but they were both great. What was the point of this video? Really, I'm just having fun changing heads and talking about Evans products. Shout out to ProMark drumsticks. I have to order some more because mine are getting pretty chewed up. This was not a sponsored video. I paid for all this stuff, and that means I get all the Player Circle points. So that means I get to order more stuff that I might do a video on. And if you're not a member of the Aderos Player Circle, you're really missing out. They make something for everyone. If you're drawn to a certain type of drumstick or certain type of guitar string, there is an option for you, and you can be a part of the Player Circle just like me. If you like our content, please subscribe, hit the like button, share. If this was helpful to you and you want to make a comment, thank you. If I did something wrong, you saw me do something weird, maybe my pattern of putting the drum heads on wasn't to your liking, or anything, please comment below.